Hi, my name is Pierre Ouellette, nurse and orthopedic technician at the Shriners Hospital for Children Canada. Today we will demonstrate the use of a SAM splint. We will immobilize a fractured femur, and our model today is Kenza. In our fracture toolkit, we have a fiberglass brace, the SAM splint, the cohesive and flexible bandages, the cotton wool, the elastic bandages, the elastic mesh, as well the stress ball bone. What we will need today is the SAM splint and the 4 inches wide cohesive and flexible bandage. So we saw in the previous videos the use of the fiberglass brace. The fiberglass brace advantages are that it becomes really stiff within 5 minutes and that it molds the patient perfectly. The disadvantages are that we need to dampen it. So we need water, which is not always available. That we need to cut it so the fiberglass does not end up in contact with the skin. And that the reaction time is of 3 minutes, so once we dampened it, there is no time to lose, and we must act fast to install it. What we will see today is the installation of a SAM splint. The SAM splint is an aluminum sheet, which is quite stiff, and is inserted between 2 foam parts. So all we have to do is to unfold it and to approximately mold it to the leg shape. So I'll try to give it a little curve from the get-go. This will give it stiffness at the same time. So we have approximately a leg-like shape. The advantage of this brace is that it's stiff already as is. We do not need any water. We do not need to install it in a hurry. It can be used directly on top of the clothes and shoes. But we need to know that this brace should be even more temporary than the fiberglass one, does not mold the limb just as well, so it could cause discomfort if there are pressure points, which we do not want. So we will imagine that Kenza has a fractured femur. So ideally, in a case of a fractured femur, it's best to work in pair. It can be done alone, but with 2 people, it works best. So I will ask Stephanie to help me grab the leg and turn it around a bit. Grab it from underneath the knee here. We will roll Kenza around on her side like so. We will insert our brace underneath here, and we will lay her on it. Here we go. Now we can adjust the foot like so. With our cohesive and flexible bandage, we will immobilize it all. Ideally, we will unroll the cohesive and flexible bandage before applying it on the limb. Slowly, we will go up with our bandage we do not tighten it so much as to cut the blood circulation. And we go up as far as we can. Here we go. Perfect. Now with the brace, the patient is well immobilized and the leg won't turn because the brace goes up to the buttock. But we have to consider that since we immobilized on top of the shoe and clothes, it is impossible to verify the neurovascular signs. So for that reason, like we said, this brace cannot stay on more than a few hours. It is a temporary brace while we leave and go to the hospital. If the patient complains about numbness in the toes, this means that we tighten the bandage too much. The only symptom we can have is if the patient complains about toe numbness.
Si la patiente se plaint engourdissement des orteils.
At the moment, Kenza, are your toes numb? No? Good.
Donc, je répète qu'avec le bandage cohésif flexible,
I repeat that with the cohesive and flexible bandage, one has to unroll it before applying it because if you pull it, it has a tendency to form a tourniquet, so we have to be extremely vigilant for that.
une fois que votre attelle est installée, si vous remarquez,
Once the brace is installed, if you notice here, the knee is in hyperextension, so the knee falls towards the back of the leg.
vers l'arrière de la jambe.
That can create discomfort for the patient and can even worsen the pain caused by the fracture.
Ce qu'on conseille, c'est que si vous avez une grosse
What we advise is that you have a big towel, a cushion, or a pillow. You could raise the limb and insert it underneath. This way, the leg stays straight and it should be more comfortable for the patient.
De cette façon-là, la jambe demeure plus droite et ça devrait être plus confortable pour la patiente. Comme vous voyez, une fois qu'elle
As you could see, once the leg is immobilized, the knee has a tendency to fall backwards. The leg is not so straight anymore, and it is curved backwards. This can cause an added discomfort to the fracture.
inconfort au niveau de la fracture. Ce qu'on conseille,
What we advise, if you have access to a pillow or to a big towel which you can fold, is to insert it underneath the
que
leg.
vous pouvez plier, d'insérer ça en dessous de la jambe.
This way, the leg is either straighter or slightly bended, and it is generally much more comfortable for the
C'est
patient.
généralement beaucoup plus confortable pour le patient.